So I'm in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Last location for the Flight 93 flight that went down on September 11th, over 20 years ago. Now, if you go to New York City, you'll see the same thing at Ground Zero. And if you look here next to me, we have the wall of the names of everybody who lost their lives during that horrific event. This is just one location. But one thing I would like to remember is that day was a Tuesday. And that means absolutely nothing because it was a basic day, like it always is. Like there's nothing special happened that day until a few fundamentalists changed the world. A few acts of violence that sent these people out of this world, and the other location in New York City, as well as the Pentagon and everything else that happened that day. Behind me, you may not be able to see it in the video, that's the boulder that actually marks where Flight 93 actually made the impact, and within the radius around it, the debris field. This event was so historically relevant, and we need to remember that it happened on a day nobody expected anything. People were in class, people were taking tests, they're in school, doing absolutely everything that they do every single day. But when the enemy attacks, it will be literally when you least expect it. Just like it was for this day. You see the boulder behind me. Google 9/11. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Whenever an enemy attacks from afar, of an orchestrated attack, it's not going to happen when we're ready. It's not going to happen whenever we have our guards up. It doesn't matter how many rounds of ammunition we think we have. When we are under attack by an enemy, regardless of where they are, think about this wall, think about this boulder, think about Ground Zero, because that was just a Tuesday. That was only a Tuesday. It was just a random day of the week. No significance. It was just a day just where everybody was vulnerable because nobody was paying attention. In the blink of an eye is whenever that happened. So when should we have our guard up? Tuesdays? Wednesdays? What day of the week do we need to stay on guard before an enemy comes in another situation like where I'm standing at, another situation like that happens? Just a reminder. I mean, it's 9/11, so we think of things like that. Is it a historical event, or to other people, was it just another Tuesday? Or to an enemy afar whose ideas have just such implications on everyone else in the world, and they wish to impose that on everybody, like this orchestrated attack, no matter who knew about it or who not. Forget the conspiracies for a minute. Like, they were attacked on a day nobody was ready. That's kind of my point. It was just a Tuesday. So look around, follow me a little bit, bro, if you can. Like, just look at this area. It's just a common field. There's just everything you see. There was just nothing here prior to over 25 years ago, or prior to over 20 years ago when this really happened. And all these names on this wall are no longer here because they got attacked on a day that nobody was expecting. Just a random Tuesday. A random Tuesday changed the world. Let that sink in.